Good afternoon, everybody, and thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. It's really great to see so many of you come and want to participate in this project. This is a project that is very near and dear, to my heart because of what it means, what it represents, but also because it kind of activates materials that we've been collecting for, the 45-year history of Taller Puertorriqueño into, this archive. As a result of a project that we did in which the Historical Society got involved into a 5-year project to sort of develop a survey of archives in the community. Some of them are in people's rooms or basements, and ours got involved in that project. We've continued to develop connections with the Historical Society, and the good thing to me out of that survey is that they surveyed kind of like 1,000 archives all over the city. And then they graded them with these 5 characteristics of what archival material should be. And the thing is that ours fell on the 15 top percent. So we're very proud, even though, we've put in some effort to organize our archives, but, there's really a lot of work to do. Anyway, to make a long story short, there was an opportunity to then further collaborate with archival material that is at the Historical Society and the archival material that is ours. And in thinking about how to frame a project, we started thinking about how about if we look at the migration of Latinos in Philadelphia and try to frame, programming that can then kind of bring alive the materials that are in the archives. And the project idea kind of hasn't changed, except that Pew said, oh no, if you try to do that among all the Latino communities that are in Philadelphia, you're going to go drive yourself crazy. So since ours focused on the Puerto Rican community, we decided to sort of focus on the Puerto Rican community, but always behind that has been the purpose, the sense that in looking at the migration of Puerto Ricans, we can all, as migrant people that we all are, see our own experiences reflected in some of that, right? In why people migrate, in how communities get established, in the need of communities to coerce and coalesce around issues of identity and who they are as people and their heritage. So that's been, the thrust behind the effort. So the idea again was that non-archivists, people from the community, the Historical Society chose 10 people among their constituents. We chose 10 people among our constituents. And, we asked them to just delve into the archives and then come up with ideas. What they saw, what interested them, what piqued their interest, what themes they brought out and got from that research. And here we are today. We have come up with a programmatic idea that sort of coalesces a lot of the interests that the group brought together. They were very interested in the oral history project that we did. They were interested in sort of a timeline of what that historical migration has been. They were interested in interviews that were done for the oral history project, in a selection that we did of art from the 25th anniversary exhibition, et cetera, and we're putting all of those ideas into one. I'm gonna let Beth from the Historical Society tell you more about that, But the purpose why you're here is because we would love to include as many voices as possible. And your presence here is very important to that effort. We thought that we would start by providing kind of the backbone of what that final project is going to be, which is a historical timeline. And to do so, we're going to ask one of our consultants in the project, historian Ariel Arnau, to give us that perspective. Ariel, thank you.
Thank you.